Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Misfit Corner Scams. It's the Arsenal's Andrew speaking. Oh, I screwed that up already. I'm so sorry, guys. Welcome. I'm wearing the wrong hat and everything. Damn, I'm just horrible this evening. There we go. Now I got the right hat on. As you can see, I got the right shirt on, though. This is my Father's Day gift to myself. I bought it while I was in Missouri. It was on sale. It was on clearance for only $2, so I got a good deal there. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics. This is the artist known as Andrew speaking, and it is Friday night, and we are live. I've sent out the request to everybody, see who will join, and as of yet, nobody showed up, so we'll see what happens. I'm fairly certain I sent out the right link, but actually, let me check my messages real quick, because they're going to send me something that says, hey, there's no message. We're sitting here waiting, man. What's going on? Let me see. Note from Todd. Probably missing tonight. I'm in Indiana right now. I missed Lord Games and Nerd Den. Laugh out loud. Well, that's all right. That's all right. It happens. We got Zach in the house. What's up, Zach?
Hey.
How's it going, man?
Same old.
Yeah, for the moment. I think I just read Todd's message. He's not going to be able to join tonight, and that's okay. We can keep this one short. We don't have to be dragged down with all the FP, what is it? What are those things? NFT talk and all that other good stuff. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I can't complain.
Okay. Well, very good. Very good. Seen any good movies lately?
Nope.
The wife and my son and my dad, we all went and saw The Odyssey today.
Oh, how was it?
Cinematically, it was really a pretty movie. It was really good. But it was one of these movies where like 80% of the movie kind of drags, and then the last 20% it like speeds up so fast that it's like they almost had to they're like, oh crap, we got to wrap up this movie, and everything happened very, very quickly. So
yeah, that's what I heard. It's like a lot of the stuff that people were freaking out about the casting. Just that's like it was like you blink. It was basically like a blink and you miss it thing.
Well, but I do remember one meme where somebody was showing a picture of Achilles from Troy, Brad Pitt, and then the character that Elliot Page plays, and they're like, this is what their Achilles is, and this is what our Achilles. That's not Achilles. She did not play Achilles. They played a whole different character.
Yeah, Sinon. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no Achilles in this movie.
Well, that's odd. The character of Sinon is actually from the Aeneid, not the. But
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he's not in the original Odyssey. No, it would have been. I mean, it would have been interesting because in the original Odyssey, part of the journey, Odysseus has to go to the underworld, and
yes.
He sees Achilles there, and he asks Achilles what it's like to be, in Hades, and he said, and Achilles, what Achilles said came down to, I would rather be a slave. I would rather be a slave to the lowest swineherd in the world than the ghost of a hero in Hades, which gives you an idea of how what the Greek afterlife was like.
Mm.
Not a lot of fun, but no, I mean I heard that. That's what I've read. I'm not going to see it. Tomorrow. Tomorrow I don't really go to the movies anymore, but I'll wait till it comes out on streaming. But what I've heard is that the scale is amazing, the effects are amazing. Matt Damon's acting is amazing, but the pacing is off. There are too many characters, and nothing really. And it's just people are saying it's great, but it's boring, or it's just boring. That's what I've heard.
I don't know. I didn't find it boring. I was entertained. But what was really funny about it is how often you'd go, wait, that's Catwoman. Oh, there's Spider-Man. Oh, there's the Punisher. There were so many comic book movie actors in this movie. At one point, I'm looking at one character, and I'm like, she looks so familiar to me. And then I turn to my wife and say, hey, that's Alpha from The Walking Dead. She goes, duh. Yeah, she figured that out way before I.
Honestly, I think with a story like that, even like a 3-hour movie is just not long enough to really do it justice. It's really. So let me bounce an idea off you.
Okay.
So, it's like there's really. I mean, I know TV and movies are television shows and movies are different mediums, different rules, and so on. But ever since like the turn of the century, TV, streaming shows especially have been getting more and more cinematic in their size and scope. What if instead of doing it as a movie, they did the Odyssey as like as a limited series on say like Netflix or HBO or whatever, but a week or two before each new episode comes out, it's released in the theaters. So so basically you can watch it as like every like episode will be like an hour and a half or 2 hours long. So it's to be a mini movie in its own right, but it's connected plot and writing to the next episode, but it's released in the theaters.
Oh, maybe they may eventually do that. Now, I will say, my wife and I both thoroughly enjoyed going to the theater to see the final episode of Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun to see it on the big screen, and I don't know if you've seen it like just on regular TV or whatnot, but on the big screen, it was just fun. I mean, seeing it on the big screen was fun.
I only ever watched the first season, and I just kind of lost interest after that.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, you have no frame of reference for what I'm talking about. Then
look, no, I get it. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I mean, Stranger Things should be a show that appeals to me.
Yeah.
I grew up. I grew up during that period. I was a kid during the '80s. I was a teenager during the '90s. But no, it's just. I mean, there's D&D in it, and I played D&D as a kid, but I don't know. It just left me cold.
Well, we enjoyed it. And we even watched the animated show that they did, Stranger Things '84, whatever it was. Like it was more adventures of them as kids, and it was cute. It was fun. I mean, it had its scary moments, which is exactly what Stranger Things was supposed to be. But yeah, we had a good time with that one.
No, I think the last. So if you want to know what I've been watching seriously, you'll fall asleep.
Okay, go ahead.
I watched the entire 1995 BBC miniseries of Pride and Prejudice.
Okay.
Followed by the 2005 movie version with Keira Knightley.
I remember going to see that one in the theaters, and it was a good movie. It was good. It wasn't bad.
It's different. It's weird because if you want, because like the miniseries is actually a lot closer to the book.
Yeah.
And the movie that you saw is actually it's a good movie. I like it. It's one of my favorite movies. But if you're a Jane Austen fan, which I'm not, I mean, I only really like that particular story. They cut out a lot. They changed a lot. They changed away a lot of the characters are portrayed. The character of Mrs. Bennet is not as annoying as she is in the book. But it's a good movie on its own right. It's an okay adaptation, but I don't know. I fell out of the habit of going to the movies. I mean, I used to be the kind of guy who would go to the movies every day if he could.
Yeah.
I saw Twilight. I saw all 4 Twilight movies in the theater. I was probably the only guy there over the age of 12, and I felt very self-conscious doing it. I thought I'd get arrested for like being a weirdo.
You know what the weird part is? I think there's actually 5 of those movies.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There are. But you know what? Today, I mean, I think the last movie I saw in the theater was Masters of the Universe. I haven't seen anything else. I don't really want to see anything else. I mean, maybe.
Even though I want to see that one, we still haven't seen it yet.
It'll be out on Amazon in about 5 minutes. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it flopped.
What did we go see? We went and saw something Tuesday. Crap, I don't remember. We saw something Tuesday, and then Mike took us to go see the Odyssey today, which was cool. But
look! It's a Christopher Nolan film. He's one of the he's like Wes Anderson and Quentin Tarantino. He's one of the few directors out there who's actually got a fan base. They'll show up if it's a Christopher Nolan movie, they'll show up.
Yeah. No, it was okay. I mean, Mike paid for the movie, so I didn't have a lot invested in it. So,
All right, well, more power to you. I mean, I don't know. I haven't.
what did we go see? I'm killing myself here trying to remember what we saw. I'm checking my tickets right now to see what tickets I bought last.
You gotta remember, I have my movie tastes are pretty eclectic. I mean, I still haven't seen the Avengers Endgame or Infinity War, and those came out like what 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Love seeing them. Don't really feel the need to. I haven't seen the Rise of Skywalker either. Haven't seen it. Don't really care to. I don't know. I'm just. I mean, once upon a time, even if I absolutely hated those movies, I would have seen them. Don't really see them anymore. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just. I think one of the things that happens when you're like writing when you're writing your own stuff is you kind of lose interest in the stuff created by others for a while. At least that is for me. That's how it is for me.
Yeah.
I mean, because what I'm writing is really written with me in mind as an audience. So everything else kind of seems like second rate. I don't have the hack's ability to like write crap that I don't care about and make it compelling. I mean, that is the true gift of the hack writer. You know, the good hack writer. You can tell him to you can tell a guy who absolutely hates like science fiction, write me a science fiction novel, based on this, and he'll do it, and it'll be good, and he'll cash the paycheck and then never think about it again. I don't have that. I mean, I actually have to like what I'm writing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's because like for example, I heard this story once about Larry Hama when he was signed to write the Transformers. I mean, like the story goes is that they after the Transformers came out, they wanted to like boost because they began basically as like mecha toys for Bandai in Japan. And so they started selling them in the U.S. And the problem they had is that how do we sell this? All right, well, let's make a story about it. So they contracted the job out to Marvel Comics. Jim Shooter was in charge then, and the story goes that he gave the job to Larry Hama because Hama was the only one in the officer set who wouldn't say no. Because he was new and he was just like, all right, whatever. If this is how I make my bones, so be it. And he did it. And years later, after he left the project, another writer took over and they made some changes that the fans didn't like. They asked Larry what he thought about it. He says, I don't give a shit. It was just a job to me.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't have that ability to be detached about what I write. I think honestly, when it comes to comics, like how back in the 70s and 80s, writers and artists were like fighting with management over like how the characters they were writing were created, even though they didn't own the characters.
Yeah, I think the comic you're talking about that Larry Hama wrote was G.I. Joe, not Transformers.
Pretty sure it was Transformers. I know. Yeah. All I know, he might have done both. All I know is that the guy who wrote it was Japanese American.
Yeah, the first, like issue number 2 was Bill Mantlo was on Transformers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was G.I. Joe because I know he's done it for G.I. Joe for a long time. Yeah. So
I don't know, but
he's who I had signed my number 1. So
good. Well, I mean, I remember reading about how Steve Gerber, was basically at war with Marvel over Howard the Duck for like years.
Yep.
And like Chris Claremont was really possessive of all the X-Men, and I appreciate the passion they have for it, but I'm sitting like 2020 hindsight, I'm thinking to myself, you don't own these characters, they're not yours.
Yeah.
Why are you getting so worked up about someone else's property? I mean, if you owned it, then I understand it, but I mean, it's a work for hire job. I mean, look, let me put it this way, and let me know what you think. I spent earlier this year about 3 months laboring over this website for like a high-end dentistry office in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
It's a beautiful site. I'm very proud of it. It's now being torn down and rebuilt by another company. I don't care, really.
Yeah.
I got paid. It's your site now. If you want to fuck it up with someone else, hey, more power to you. I don't have any emotional attachment to it. It was a work for hire job, and
Yeah, that's kind of like one of these arguments that's being made right now when it comes to these alternate covers for comics.
Yeah.
If you pay the artist to do an alternate cover, then that's the end of it. If they're paid for it, whether you sell those comics and make $1 million doesn't matter. As long as the artist is compensated for what they did. We got some artists out there that are bitching, complaining because there's some places, some stores that are making buku bucks, and it's like, well, we want some of that. Well, you were already paid. You were paid your contractual amount.
That's the same. I think if they took it to court, they get shot down because that's the same. Because it's the same problem that they have with backup music. With like studio musicians who work on hits. For example, like a lot of the really big Beach Boys songs, like Good Vibrations, all that, they were recorded in the studio by Brian Wilson with the Wrecking Crew, which was basically like a collective of studio musicians in LA in the 60s and 70s. So the thing is, they were paid for their time.
Right.
They didn't just take directions; they contributed to the store, to the records. I mean, same thing with Motown. I mean, Holland, the Funk Brothers, who are the and all the other studio musicians who played on all those legendary albums. They came up with the bass lines. They came up with the riffs. They don't have any they don't have any copyright claims. They're just paid a day rate. And it was work for hire. I mean, so there is a law. I think there is a law about fine art. But that's different because with that you're not being paid. You're not being paid to make it. You're basically making it effectively on spec. You paint a painting, and then you give it to a gallery, and if it sells, then you make money.
Right. Right.
So you're a person who's selling something, as opposed to being a person who's being paid to do something. Because I mean, they can complain about it all they want, but if they go to court, I mean, it is what it is. You signed the contract. You knew the terms. You can't complain about it afterwards. I mean, if you don't like what it's doing, sell your own, write up, make your own comic book with your own cover.
Right.
I mean, it's like for example, with like art, it's like there's a lot of some of my favorite writers like R.A. Salvatore, the Hickmans, and so on. They all got famous essentially writing tie-in novels for Dungeons and Dragons properties.
Right. On somebody else's property.
Yeah, Weiss and Hickman with Dragonlance, R.A. Salvatore with he created the character of Drizzt Do'Urden for Forgotten Realms, which is like the iconic character of that particular setting. And he didn't really like the way that he didn't. But the thing is, I think he stated this. He has no control over the character. He can plot the stories.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's owned by Wizards. It's their character. They own the rights to it. Now he gets paid a good amount of money to create new stuff for it. But once he's turned it in, that's it. All
right, hold on just a quick second. Hey, MK, welcome to the show, man.
Yeah.
It's just us tonight, just talking crap and.
I mean, like Mark Hamill with with the sequels. I mean, he after the last Rise of Skywalker came out and it was all said and done. I think he said in an interview that he didn't like the way that the character was portrayed, in the movies, and a lot of people didn't. Fair enough, but either way, there's nothing he could have done about it because he may play the character of Luke Skywalker, but it's Disney who owns. Well, it's Lucasfilm owns it, and so you're given the line. You're given the lines. You're given the lines. You say them. That's what you're paid for.
Yep.
Now it sucks that he's identified with that character forever. Typecasting being what it is, but so yeah, I mean, Look. I mean, I remember when I was talking to Todd years ago about Marvel Comics. Like where he thought it was going, because he said what he said now. What he said last week, which is that it's probably going to get farmed out.
Yeah, well, they've been doing that for years, so
I mean, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I mean, I mean, I personally think that when it comes to American comics, at least, Marvel and DC need to die, or at least they need to shrink down a bit, because they're eating up a lot of space that could, that other, it's. I mean, it's the same with the movies. I mean, there's going to be another $1 billion Marvel movie coming out. What Avengers Doomsday?
yeah.
I'm curious. I'll probably see that. But
MK had something to say in regards to Mark Hamill. Said he did not, especially the last movie. He said he wished he had said more.
Yeah, well,
what a good. Some actors do have, some type of say in the way their role goes.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But that's more to do with the clout of the specific actor than the actual, I mean,
Avery's here. Let me bring him in. What's up, Avery?
Hey, Avery.
Not much.
Hey, I want to show you. So I was telling Avery, I saw him Tuesday, I think, about a collection I bought of some older books. And some of these are in really bad condition. They're really well worn.
Real quick, I'm just going to go mute for a bit. All right.
Okay.
You may just shout really loud or wave or something.
Sure. And one of the things I was telling the guy who I bought the collection from is there are some key books that it doesn't matter what the condition is. They're still worth something. And what I was doing is I was looking through these beat up old books, looking for those key issues. And there were some that I found that have potential. And then there were some that I found after the fact, after I bought the collection, because I have a buddy that comes into the store and he's really into the older horror comics, like ghost stories and stuff like that. And literally almost one whole box of the 3 boxes that I bought was that kind of stuff. So he was giddy. He was having fun going through that box. But he pulled out some stuff that I did not know were very much key issues and worth value no matter the condition. So I did grab a small stack of ones I wanted to show you guys, just because, I like showing off comics and this is always fun to do. But this one, any Amazing Spider-Man, especially early Amazing Spider-Man, has value even in bad condition. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 63. You can tell by the spine; it's all dinged up.
Yeah, it's pretty beat up.
It's a really nice early Spider-Man issue that's actually kind of cool. But I mean, it's intact. The staples are all there. It may only be a $10 book, but still, it's cool. This is one that I was telling Avery about, is a classic. In its condition, I don't know if it's worth it or not, but this monster issue of Fantastic Four, I mean, you can tell it's got a chip out of it here and so forth, but still, that's a really pretty looking book. This one has some value to it, and I didn't know why until I did a little bit of research. This is a Justice League of America issue. It's actually the first appearance of the guy down there on the bottom, the Silver Age Sandman. Wesley, or whatever his name is, made his first appearance in this issue.
Well, there's some people that want them but can't afford the nicer copies.
True.
And these are perfect for that.
This is just an early Avengers issue, number 44. I believe it's the death of the Red Guardian in this issue, of this version of the Red Guardian. So that's kind of cool. This is another one of those Fantastic Fours that's a classic. This is issue 66. This is the issue right before issue 67. Duh. But the first appearance of him, who later becomes Adam Warlock. I think it was like cameoed in this one, and then he first appeared in this one.
Oh, cool.
The famous issue with the cocoon on the cover. And this is one that I know Avery would like. It's a Swamp Thing with a great Bernie Wrightson cover.
Yes.
Is it not pretty?
Oh yeah, those are
This
cool.
issue 10. I think I also have issue 5 in here somewhere. Another early Amazing Spider-Man. This is 103, the first appearance of Gog, which I guess is this character right here. And I know nothing of that, but it's got
Yeah,
it's got Kazar on the cover, so you know it's got to be cool. This one's another one that's really beat up, but it's a Fantastic Four issue, the first appearance of the Sentry, the Kree Sentry, not the Sentry, but the Kree Sentry. But it's
Yeah.
torn to where it's missing the number, but it's issue number 64. It's still kind of cool. Oh, here's that other one. It wasn't Swamp Thing 5, it was Swamp Thing 20. And does that not look almost exactly like the one before?
yeah.
You know? And speaking of Bernie Wrightson, this is another Bernie Wrightson cover, which I had no idea was as valuable as it is. Secrets of the Haunted House.
Oh, that's cool.
For some reason, this is like a $400 book in near mint
Yeah.
condition. This is, of course, is not near mint, but still, that's kind of
No.
cool. But, and then, two others. This one I pulled out because I thought it was important. Turns out it is somebody's first appearance. It's just not that valuable. It's Richard Dragon Kung Fu Fighter number 5. And it is the first appearance of Lady Shiva, who
Huh.
they really haven't done very much with her other than
No.
she's the current Batgirl Cassandra Cain's mother, I believe or maybe that's not it. Maybe Deathstroke is her, whatever. But still, Lady Shiva, kind of an important character in Titans mythology. So this one actually appeared on the Comic Price Guide to Watch list. This is Phantom Stranger number 14. This is, and it's the reason is because this character, this swamp creature, came out 1 month after the first appearance of Swamp Thing. And he's very Swamp Thing-ish, similar.
Yeah.
But he looks more like Man Thing to me, but this is DC, so.
And those Swamp Thing and Man Thing came out almost exact same time.
I think this story is that this came out a month after Marvel's Man Thing. So it was kind of very similar. It was like DC's version of Man Thing, but they already had Swamp Thing. I don't know. And then this was the one that my buddy pulled out and frickin' lost his mind. He's like, "Oh my god, this is like $1,000 book," and in some circles it is, in better condition it is. But this is Ghost Manor, issue number 23. It's a Tom Sutton cover, who I don't even think I'm familiar with Tom Sutton, but it's really freaky and scary. And
it's an awesome cover.
Ungraded, it's a $400 book. And what's so funny is I did some research. A 2.5, which I'm thinking this is probably either close to that or maybe a little bit better, sold for $300. So, I mean, even that book is rare enough that even in low condition, it's got value to it. You know?
Get that one graded.
That one will be graded. That one's on my list. So, but I got a whole crap load more books. I've put almost everything in the inventory. And I still have to break it down by what the value is based on what I paid for them. But yeah. Oh, wait. MK says, "Great point, Avery. Can complete a collection without killing wallet." That is true.
Yeah. If you're trying to get a whole run of some classic series, you just can't pay top dollar for everything. It's prohibitive.
Right. MK says, "You are correct. She's Cassie Cain's mom. Batman made her admit she was not Jason Todd's." Oh, okay. I thought one of her lineage was Deathstroke was her dad.
I don't know.
Maybe. But actually no, no, it wasn't Lady Shiva. It was who's the one from Titans that has the green, and she's Roy Harper's baby mama.
I wouldn't know. I don't read Teen Titans.
Oh, okay. What is her name? Cheshire.
I have no idea who she is. I've never read a Teen Titans comic ever.
Okay, well, Cheshire, and I think that's who I'm thinking of. She and Roy Harper, who was Speedy or Red Arrow or whatever. All right, I'm gonna look and see if I can find. Yeah, this is the one. This is a good one. Oh, of course, that's so small. Let me go to Teen Titans 52. There we go. That's the one. This is the great George Perez cover. That's Cheshire. You've probably seen her before in something.
Maybe.
Yeah, but she.
I like George Perez's art. I just was never into the characters of the Teen Titans.
I gotcha. Yeah, but she and Roy Harper got it on, and they had a daughter, Leah, who I think has actually been introduced as a superhero now. So I got my Lady Shiva and my Cheshire mixed up. He's MK says, "Yep, in Go they made her have the mask." Yes, that is true. She has a mask. Here, I'll show you guys that picture. What she looks like. Oh, whoops. Share screen. This is what she looks like in the Teen Titans Go series. What's his name? George Perez definitely draws her much hotter.
Well, I think that the George Perez, they're not like teens, and Teen Titans Go and stuff. They're teens.
That is true. Well, yeah, when they were in the George Perez Teen Titans series, the new Teen Titans. Most of them were adults.
Yeah.
They were not teenagers. They were when they originally formed back in the heyday. But, yeah. MK says George equals GOAT. Abso-frickin-lutely. Yeah. You know what's so sad? I don't know if you probably don't realize or know this, but you know how Marvel and DC have been doing a lot of facsimile reprints. They're in the middle of doing. They recently did Dark Knight Rises, or Dark Knight Returns, the Frank Miller one. They're doing a facsimile reprints of those with alternate covers, of course. But they're also doing the original Avengers versus JLA, the George Perez, Kurt Busiek 4 issues, and they're reprinting those as facsimile reprints. You know what I saw in the store this week that I was shocked at? A facsimile reprint of Hellboy #1, the Seed of Destruction, the one with Monkey Man and O'Brien in it.
Oh, cool!
Because I saw the issue #1 on the stand, and I picked it up, and it was $4.99. I'm like, what the hell? And I realized it was literally a facsimile reprint of Hellboy #1.
Oh, cool!
Yeah, that's for people who missed out on it the first time and want to buy a copy now. They're never worth anything, so yeah.
Hellboy #1 is.
Oh, it is. I've got a copy.
No. Some facsimiles are. Some of them do become worth a little bit, not like hundreds and hundreds, but
yeah. Well, it's the simple fact that you can't afford to get them otherwise,
Yeah.
But I've seen people that have had facsimile reprints and thought they were the originals. I had a copy of X-Men, is it 244, first appearance of Jubilee, and somebody pulled it out of my box and said, "Oh my God!" And I literally have on it the price tag, and then underneath it a sticker that says "Fax," F-A-X, even though that's not how you spell facsimile. But I figured that would be the easiest way for people to identify it. And somebody pulled it out and went, "Oh my gosh, is this the original?" I said, "No, it's not." MK says, "Oh, didn't know that." I'm not sure which part he was referring to, but it's good to share with you. But I'm going through the box. I'm almost done. I've got a few random issues I've got to inventory, and then I can finally give every issue its value, its final value for what I paid for it. Yeah. But once that happens, I'll be able to sell a lot of these for really dirt cheap and make some people happy. So, because the way I have the calculation is based on the price I'm selling it for. You take that total amount, you divide the price you're selling it for by the total amount of value, which is everything totaled up together, and then you multiply that by what I actually paid, and that gives you a per issue value based on what you're selling it for and what you paid for it. And in this case, I think I'm down to like 13 cents or it's either 13 cents per dollar. So if something is worth $100, I may have only paid $1.30 for it in the long run. So the stuff that's less valuable becomes almost dirt cheap, which means I can sell it for $1 or $2 and still make money. So
yeah,
it all works out in the end, trust me. But my buddy he literally, when he went through it, I said, take what you want and want me to price specifically for you and put it in a box. And he filled up an entire box. So much good stuff in there. I mean, I know you're not, I don't know if you're into horror comics or not, but stuff like, here, I'll just share some of them with you. Unexpected number 63. This is not a bad looking issue. Ghosts, like the series Ghosts.
oh
There's
yeah,
some great covers in here.
there are.
Class of 76. Ghosts.
Yeah.
Oh, this is actually kind of good. This is Ghosts number 1. So
Oh,
from
cool.
DC. So
Yeah, a lot of that stuff shows up in my feed a lot.
The Sinister House of Secret Love. I don't think I've ever heard of this comic.
Yeah, I've seen that cover recently. It's
The Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love. And I think this is issue number 2. Actually, no, issue number 1 is in here as well. Look at that, her dress. It looks like somebody used a pen and did that purple scribbling on it, but that's actually the art from the comic. That's not somebody took a pen and scribbled on it.
oh yeah,
Just
cool.
something I noted that was weird. The Witching Hour. There's a bunch of these in here. I Married a Ghost. This one's a cool looking one. And then, of course, you got one with witches actually in it. But these ones are all put aside for my buddy. He gets first crack at them. I haven't priced them yet, but this is just a small stack. I literally filled a whole box with the stuff he wanted. So, you know me. I try to make my friends happy. Oh, by the way, Lobo issue number 5 came out this week. Pick that up for you.
Oh,
Have
cool,
you had
thanks.
Have you had a chance to flip through those first 4 issues that I brought you? Okay.
Not
Now,
yet.
just so you know, I think it was either issue 2 or issue 3. Part of the comic was like a flashback to when he was a little kid, and it's a different artist. It's not Jorge, whatever his name is, Jorge Corona. It's somebody else, and it's kind of Instagram-y type of art. So, which when I read it, it took me out of it right away. You know.
yeah,
And actually, the latest issue number 5. You know, I don't know if you watch any of your boy Zach's videos, but one of the
No.
things he gets onto a lot lately is pages that have lots and lots of word balloons. Lobo has lots and lots of word balloons. There's some pages where you can barely see the art behind the balloons.
it might be time to abandon it then.
Well, you're getting it from me, so it's not like you're having to go to the store.
Still, you can stop buying it.
Oh, okay. Well, I may get the 6th issue
Okay.
just to wrap it up, but it's put aside for you. I
Oh,
did
thank
buy the latest issue of the Infernal Hulk, which I find funny in the fact that one of the reasons why Todd was all hyped for it is he really, really liked Nick Klein's art.
Yeah.
And of the 8 issues that I gave him, and then this 9th issue, I think Nick Klein's only done the art in like 3 issues. That's it. He is
Oh,
not
damn.
really the main artist. He is not really doing it. There's either other artists filling in, or it's not him. And that was the reason why he really liked that book. So, oh well. I like the cover to it. It's up here somewhere, but Oh, wait a minute. Crap, I forgot. I got him sitting right here. Yeah, Lobo number 5 has Lobo
Yeah.
riding on his motorcycle.
A lot of really great artists don't stick around on books very long anymore.
Yeah, they definitely start. And like Nick Klein, I think he may be doing like a lot of the covers, but he's not doing a lot of. As a matter of fact, let me see who did the inside of this issue. Because what's so funny is when I first originally picked up this issue and I opened it up to the first page has Captain Marvel flying through the air, and it's not really a very good Captain Marvel.
Oh
drawing.
God, yeah, I've seen somebody post that page and they were just like, "What the?"
And I'm like, what? Who? What?
That's like early 2000s or early 2020, like Tumblr art.
Yeah, the artist on this issue is Adam Gorham. And honestly, he's not bad for a lot of this, but he's not Nick Klein.
Yeah.
The way this issue ended with the introduction, I don't know if this is a new character or not, but her name is Lycanna. This is her. She turns into like this huge werewolf. It's pretty freaking cool. They've got an image of her transforming, and she like opens up her mouth, and you see the wolf coming out, and then she like rips herself apart. You know, sometimes some of these transformations can be pretty cool. I don't think, I'll be honest, I don't think anything beats Mike Mignola's werewolf transformation, where the guy took his nail and he slid it down his face. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That's one of the best werewolf transformations in comics. It's very, very memorable. But this one was actually pretty good. But I don't know if this is a new character or a recurring character. I've never heard of her before. But her name was Lycanna. You get it? Ha 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 ha. Lycanna.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So what do you got on your board right now? What are you working on?
Nothing.
Now, do you have that new Magic illustration up for somebody to buy? I know you shared it on Instagram.
Yeah, it's on Raremark.
It's on Raremark. Everybody, if you haven't seen his most recent Magic illustration, it looks gorgeous. I got to see it in real life, up front, up close and personal, and it's a beautiful illustration. Somebody should be very happy with it. Oh, I got to share something with you. It was I really haven't dug into this very much, but apparently there was some controversy going around about a retailer who was offering some blank sketch cover variants from the recent Ultimate Endgame, and I want to share this with you on eBay. Apparently,
is it the guy that got like 50 something of the sketches?
Yes, and I'm not sure exactly.
It's either some shenanigans went on, or the company are idiots and didn't properly spread those out.
Well, here's the thing. I'm starting to think that these guys, whoever this is, actually did order a crap load of the blind bags and open them up. Because when you go to this is their web page, their eBay page. They've got all these different ones available, right? And you see the format for this, where it's really just a headshot. There's not a lot to it. Some of them are in color. Some of them, are in.
Yeah, that's all some people do for these kind of things.
But here's the funny thing. They also have, like this right here, Ultimate Endgame #1, the Sanford Green variant, a lot of 25 copies. And when you go to it, this isn't actually one of the ones I was going to show, but it's like 25 copies of this book, which is, they at least had 25 copies of this book in the blind bags. So they're offering a lot. I don't know who would pay for these, but they made them available. But here's the crazy thing. They had, I got to share this page. They have the Scotty Young variant, 25 copies. The Cafu variant, the Peach Momoka variant, 25 copies. This is the one I was interested in. They have the blank sketch cover variants, 25 copies for $25.
Oh,
And they
Okay.
had a total of 10 of them available. So they had 250 of these blank sketch covers. I ordered one. I went ahead and
Okay.
ordered it from them because I can do sketches. I can give you 5 or 10 of them and let you do sketches on them and
Yeah.
sell them. We could make some money off them. But yeah. So I've
Yeah.
got
Okay, cool.
25 copies of these, and even with tax and shipping, it was only $37 total.
Yeah.
So it was less than $2 a piece.
Yeah. They ordered a massive amount to get those sketches and the rare variants.
Yep.
That's where they're going to make their money, and the rest of this they're just unloading it.
They're just unloading them. That's right. That's right. Actually, I even considered getting another one. They've got 3 more available. So, if I can use them. Hell,
Yeah.
I sell blank sketch covers in my store. Pretty much, title be damned. $4 a piece or 3 for 10.
Yeah.
So this would be $80 worth of comics in my store
Okay.
without anything done on them.
That's probably what he's doing. Is he doesn't have a physical store, so he just unloads this stuff,
Yeah.
and smaller stores buy what they need
Yep, exactly.
and can resell it. He probably doesn't have a physical store.
Now, somebody
you-
I read somewhere that somebody said they claim to have ordered like 20,000 copies of this book in order to get all these. If he did, there's a heck of a lot more that he's sitting on. You know what I mean?
Probably.
But what's so funny is the Sanford Green variants, 25 of them for $18.75. That's dirt cheap. That's less than $1 a copy. Why? Because nobody cares about these variants. Even the
Yeah.
Scotty Young variants, nobody cares about them. Everybody wants those sketch covers there was a limited sketch cover by Robert Downey Jr. that was in there. So that's the thing everybody cares about.
Wow. Yeah, he's trying to get something like that.
And he got some pretty sketches, but he's asking anywhere from $150 to $250 each.
Yeah.
And I saw that he had actually sold some. Let's see. Blank sketch variant lot of 20. Oh, nope. That's what I ordered. A blind bag Phil Noto original hand-drawn sketch cover sold. A Ribic Parthian sketch. I don't know who that is. Maybe, I don't know. A Clayton Crane 1 in 100 Virgin. Oh, that's not the same one. That's a different company. It's a different. So this guy's been doing this a lot. In other words, selling a lot of these alternate covers. But I honestly think a lot of these alternate covers, they're just cash grabs for the company. They end up not being worth anything. But a blank sketchbook or a blank sketch cover issue with an actual sketch on it, now that's a whole different story. That's not one.
That's truly rare. It's one
really
of one.
rare. It's one of one. That's right. But all these alternate covers and the way people go cuckoo for them is just really dumb. Really, really dumb.
Some of it, when there's 100 variant covers for something, that's
pick the one you like. That's great.
But it's insane.
It's not going to be worth anything, really. The number of alternate covers that get traded into my store would shock you, because people get them and they're like, oh, okay, and then they don't go up in value and they're like, I'm not keeping this.
Yeah,
happens all the time. But it was the alternate cover and the
I might need to
bagged with the trading card that kind of killed the industry for a while there.
Yeah, I'm thinking about firing up my eBay and selling off my collection.
Well, somebody who'd be interested in buying them.
I want
premium. You want to get the most for it. I understand.
Yeah, I want at least half the value.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not unloading like my entire run of Uncanny X-Men for like a couple $100.
Right, right. Well,
There's a couple of those issues I want 100 to 200 each.
there's some of them that'll be worth it.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah. But you've got to sell directly to a collector, not to a retailer.
That's the reason I'm going to use, if I do it, I'm going to use eBay.
Yeah, yeah. Just be careful those fees on eBay. From what I understand, they're getting ridiculous.
Are they? Then maybe I'll use something else.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you. One of my guys, he was actually the one. He gave me a copy of Absolute Batman #1, Absolute Superman, and Absolute Wonder Woman #1 to get graded for him, and all three of them came back 9.8s. He listed them on eBay as a bundle for all three for like $500. He ended up settling for somebody for like $425, something like that. And then he showed me his receipt from the shipping and the eBay fees and the PayPal fees. And it was like $80 in fees that he ended up paying. So yeah, four and a quarter is pretty damn good, but you end up paying almost a quarter of that in fees.
Yeah, it depends on how much eBay. I haven't been on eBay in a long time. I haven't seen how much they've upped all the fees.
Yeah, supposedly they can nickel and dime you with like stupid
They
stuff.
do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, list it and we'll bold it or we'll flag it or something like that and charge you an extra 10 cents per auction, you know?
Yeah.
They love giving you
I might check out Etsy because a lot of people are using Etsy these days.
I don't even know if people are using eBay like they used to, you know? eBay used to be the place to go for comics and original art and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, I don't think they are.
Not as much anymore. Maybe. I don't know.
Because there's a lot of people selling comics on like Etsy and stuff now too.
Yeah.
If the rates are better, you know.
Yeah. MK says, Avery, do Etsy and throw in original art.
Okay.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah.
I've so wanted to get back into doing some sketching, but Avery and Todd and I were walking around Artist Alley, and some of the prices that people were charging for original sketches. I mean, you used to be able to get like a decent sketch for $20, you know, from an unnamed person, from somebody you'd never heard of. You just like their art style, you know, you can get a sketch for $20. Now it's like headshot $50 to $80. It's like, well, I don't even know who you are. You know, you're nobody.
They have to charge that much. I don't blame them. They have to.
Well, I was telling Todd. I mean, if I get a table next year, and I have been looking into it, I'm like, get a drawing of Hero or one of my characters for $20. Everybody else, it's $50. If you want me to draw Batman or Deadpool or Wonder Woman, I'm charging more because I don't want to draw any of those characters. You know, I have no interest in drawing Wonder Woman. I could probably knock her out of the park, but I don't want to do it.
I hate doing convention sketches.
Yeah. MK asks, is it because of the table fees? In some cases, yes.
That and inflation. I mean, $20 isn't $20 anymore.
Well, if you think about it this way, if you paid $300 for a table, that doesn't include your gas, your travel, your food, you could easily plop down $1,000 just to have a table at Artist Alley. And you're not gonna sell $5, $10, $15, $20 sketches and make back that money.
No.
You know? I remember my very first Heroes Con that I did, I made back the cost of the table. And that was it.
Yeah. I don't like doing those quick sketches anymore. I can't stand it. Because you have to go so fast and crank it. It's like, I'd rather do something a little more elaborate.
There's a lot of artists that they're like, okay, I'm limiting to like 2 sketches a day, period. But you're also paying for those. You're going to pay them a lot for those.
It's understandable. It's understandable.
Yeah, I've always been a quantity over quality. Because
I've sat next to you at conventions where I'm trying to do $50 sketches and you're doing $10 sketches.
And I probably knocked out 5 in an hour where you did 1 in an hour, and we pretty much made the same amount of money.
It's
Yeah, I know. But I've always been, when I was doing my sketching, I was often a pretty quick sketcher. But I'd produce a really nice looking page, and then I'd produce dog shit. It all depended on what I was
that's
drawing.
what a lot of con sketches turn into, to me, for me, in my opinion, is dog shit, because you're trying to get something done really fast for somebody,
Yeah.
and it just,
Well, the number of times I've
I
requested,
don't like it.
the number of times I've requested a con sketch of a character that I think is common knowledge and something everybody knows, and the person totally f's it up. Like, the number of times I've had somebody draw Batgirl, and I've had so many times they didn't even draw her cape. It's like, she wears a cape, guys. She does, and people just aren't aware of that. They're just not comic book character costume literate.
Yeah.
Ah, well, that's why you got to have reference.
And some people also ask for the weirdest shit.
Yeah, and I hate that.
It's like, why are you asking for, like, they'll be like, I want this character being tickled. Wait, what?
Yeah. No, the one that broke me was a kid came up to me and said, will you draw Captain America? And I said, okay, sitting on a couch, sharing a bong with the Red Skull. And I'm like, oh, good God. It's just... MK says, LOL, most of the cosplayers aren't comic literate. That's true. He says, it's what will get me... It's what will get me the views. Yes, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But honestly, Avery, and I know you agree with this 100%, if you enjoy what you're drawing, it's so much better.
Yeah.
If somebody came up to you and said, draw a barbarian ripping somebody's head off, you'd be like, okay, cool. But if they came to you and said, can you draw me a character from Twilight?
Oh, yeah, it's brutal.
You've done that before.
Yeah. I just gave him the sketch card because it was terrible. I was just like, it's like I'm trying to do a likeness sketch on a trading card in like a few minutes.
Yeah.
Like likenesses are hard. I can do likenesses, but it takes time.
Yeah.
And usually it's much bigger on a little card. I just gave him the card.
I hated doing sketches on sketch cards. It's just not something I'm comfortable with. There's a reason why hero original pages are on 17 by 15 paper, because I like them. I like bigger paper.
Yeah.
Not even 17 by 11, 17 by 15. I get that extra 4 inches in there,
Yeah. It's just...
Yeah.
Or when somebody comes wanting something, even if it's a client that wants something and they're a little too specific in what they want, it's like, oh, that just kills the creativity. It's like, I have another idea that's way better and would...
Yeah, I want you to draw this character, but I want you to the point of view to be this, and I want them doing this while they're doing this, and it's like, oh, just tell me to draw Moon Knight. Let me put him in some kind of pose that would be cool.
Yeah, or they're like, hey, do this character, but it's the cover from that. I'm like, oh
gosh, I hate the idea of cover recreations. Even though I did that one for Todd, and I had a ball doing that.
I've done it too.
Yeah,
but. And I tried real hard to make it good, but I think I could have done better if I could have done my own composition.
Right.
Which the composition I had in mind, I did end up seeing a Batman cover that was also a similar type of composition. But I had already had the idea before I did it.
Yeah.
It just so happened.
Speaking of Batman comics, did you get a chance to look at those Gene Colins?
No, I haven't looked at anything yet, except that Absolute Batman. I flipped through that.
Yeah, what'd you think of that?
Oh, it looks cool.
Yeah,
Looks
yeah,
cool. I
okay.
like it.
I
I like those big oversized things.
Oh yeah, well, especially being that they're in black and white, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I like them.
Did I tell you that they re-released one of Daniel Warren Johnson's books, Do the Power Bomb, but they released it in a black and white edition,
Oh yeah.
and I enjoyed the series, and I love his art, and I think black and white would be fantastic. I think they combined like the first 2 issues together, and it was like $5.99 or $7.99 for the first issue. It was like, oh god, pick up 5 comics and it costs you $25 at the comic book store. That's ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
I try to make it so that you can buy a bunch of comics for real cheap and enjoy the heck out of them. But then again, that's just me. Oh well. So what you got going on this week, guys? Zach, you got anything going on? Anything interesting happening?
Just my Saturday night game and some time at the beach.
Okay. Can
Not
you do any fishing?
No, it's too hot.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, when it's like, this time of year, if you're going to go fishing, you got to get out early or late because during the day, all the fish, they dive to the deep water and they get sluggish. So I might go out at some point, but no, I'm just going to stay home, right? Go to the beach, go to my game, have a nice cup of have a cup of something.
How was your game last Saturday? The one that you missed the convention for?
It was good. It was
Okay.
good. Funny you mention conventions. I'm getting emails like every day about buy a ticket for OcalaCon. It's going fast, or words to that effect. And
yeah, I'm New York Comic Con and San Diego. Nah.
No, I mean OcalaCon, the one.
OcalaCon. Okay.
Yeah. Which I might go if I. But no, I mean, I missed the one last week. Did you go to that?
No, I ended up not going.
But
I had some customers that went that said they had a good time. So
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's actually one coming to Daytona in a few months. It's called what is it? TenoshiCon.
That's one that's like, isn't that one a lot of cosplayers type thing?
It's at the Ocean Center. It's according to the blurb, TenoshiCon 2026 is an all-fandom convention where fantasy, sci-fi, horror, comic books, steampunk, anime, gaming, and cosplay collide for 2 unforgettable days. Experience celebrity guests, unique vendors, panels, and a community that celebrates every corner of fandom. From incredible cosplay to star-studded appearances, TenoshiCon is the open destination for fans to connect, create, and celebrate together. I might go just because it's like the only con I can find that's actually within walking distance of my house.
Oh, I gotcha.
But yeah. So let me take a look at this TenoshiCon. Who's coming? Let's see. Candace Rose. Apparently, she played like a minor character on She-Hulk.
Okay.
Tyler Mane, who I've heard of him. John Davidson, who's a producer on Stranger Things and Sorority of the Damned. Great flick for that. Susan
Hold on a
Mallett.
second. Globags chimes in and says, "Hey, Ohana Comic Con comes to my town. That's cool." Ohana Con.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask you something since you mentioned the game. Yeah, there's no one. Let's see. Scott Butler, or apparently he's like some kind of artist. Do you know? Have you heard of an inker called Jim Beatty?
Yep.
Because apparently the guys I game with on Saturday, it's in Ormond Beach. He lives on their block, or he did.
Oh, okay.
Apparently he's an asshole.
Well,
so
I don't know him personally. I just know of him.
All right. Well, now you know.
I've met him. I've met him. He was nice when I met him.
Yeah.
Apparently they hung out with this guy, and apparently in his downtime he's an asshole.
Well, I guess that means we're not going to get him on the show.
Yeah, maybe not.
Zach's identified him as an asshole.
Well, I mean, he might be one of those guys. If I don't know. I mean, given that we have an audience in the low singles. course.
I don't think we could get a guest star on here, a guest appearance by anybody. I agree with Todd. This is more or less just a couple guys hanging out and talking comics and other stuff on a Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, look, it's hard to say it, but the podcast streaming economy is pretty brutal. I mean, and look. If you want to, I mean, you know that movie that came out, Obsession, right?
Yeah. MK says, "Heyo, I
Well-
represent that remark."
Well,
Only the most intelligent, hardcore, and committed fans join this show every week.
or guys,
And we appreciate them.
or guys, you just need something playing in the background while they do something else.
Oh, you're killing me, Zach, man. Don't insult the fans.
Don't you mean fan?
Oh. Hey, Richard's not here. Richard's good.
All right.
He says, golf clap. Well played, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, he did.
Well, look,
good.
I mean, look, that Indy Navarrete who was in that movie, she was on like a Superman show on the CW.
Okay.
After she got out of that, she did Obsession, and she basically couldn't find work for a year until the movie came out. So she built her own PC and became a Twitch streamer.
Mm.
I haven't seen it. I've seen screenshots of it, and she's always wearing really short dresses and really tight tops. So I don't know. Do you know anybody who's into comic books and photographs really well, and is willing to?
Actually, I do.
Who isn't related to you? Because that would just be weird.
That is not related to me. Actually, I know somebody who's into comics and might be willing to do a guest star and say hi and come in. I'm gonna have to ask her about that next time I see her. She might be down for that.
I don't know. Does she? You know what? I'll let you ask her if she's willing to.
Don't even go there, Zach. The young lady that I know would beat the shit out of you.
I'm sure she would.
Trust me, absolutely.
I'm actually not that physically imposing.
A Glowbag says, "I'm a fan of many things, especially games and movies." Very cool. Very cool.
Fair enough.
Well, I was mentioning to Zach earlier that we went and saw the Odyssey today, Avery, and it wasn't bad. It was entertaining. I enjoyed it.
No. I don't care.
I think I like Supergirl more. I'd go see Supergirl a second time.
Dude, quit beating him. All right.
It's all right. It's all right.
Both look abysmal.
Well, from what I've heard,
you know what's so funny is while we're watching the Odyssey, it kept reminding me of that DuckTales episode. I think it was a 2-part episode where they went on a tour of like the Odyssey, and you got to see the sirens and the whirlpool, and I don't think they had any references to Hades and hell in there, but it was very much similar. There was a Circe, and the pig transformation in this was pretty freaking cool the way they did it. You guys, of course, know that Circe turned Odysseus as some of his men into pigs, and that whole scene was, I knew what was going to happen, and it was pretty cool the way they did it. So you should go check it out. Watch it when it comes on.
I'm not gonna watch it ever.
Okay, whatever you say.
It's not interesting in the slightest.
well,
Cinematography wise, it was very good.
for what it's worth, Avery, from what I heard, a lot of the casting it had, it turns out it's literally a case of like blink and you'll miss it. I mean, according to the reviews I've read, it's visually stunning, but the pacing's all wrong, and it's actually kind of boring.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter though, because it's a Christopher Nolan film, and his fanboys will turn up in droves.
Well, most Christopher Nolan movies are that way, where it drags for a long, long time. It's interesting and it looks pretty, but
Yeah, man,
it takes a while to get to the fun parts,
Yeah. Inception is like that. Oppenheimer's like that.
I
Uh,
still haven't seen Oppenheimer.
neither. I mean, I've seen parts of it, but I've heard it's he's a very cerebral director.
Now, I did see Barbie in the theater, but I never saw Oppenheimer, not even on streaming. Even though I know it's available, I just haven't gotten around. Actually, one of the things I watch, I finished watching the first season, and I swear I hope there's a second season. Was Netflix's Blue Eyed Samurai?
There's a second season coming for that.
Okay, good, because it needs a second season. It was fantastic. Jason, my buddy in Atlanta, that he really really likes that character, and when he was telling me about her, I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I found it and watched it, and I'm not a big fan of that type of animation, where it's 2D animation on top of models, like digital models, because you can tell, that it's based on that, but freaking A, they did a great job with that series. I mean, they've come a long way with that type of animation, where it's not as stiff. It's actually much better. And there were a few action scenes where they pulled back in the fight so that you could actually see the movement of the characters as they were doing stuff, and it was great. Enjoyed the hell out of it.
Well,
All right, hold on a second. MK says most have not read the poem, referring to the Odyssey. I guarantee. And then Glowbag says Peaky movie was a flop. Peaky movie was a flop. Oppenheimer was awesome. And she says Oppenheimer documentary is cool too. He sounds like Mr. Rogers. Oh, really? Okay. Well, it's worth checking out. Oh, okay. I see what he meant. MK says Peaky Blinders are yes. I know what you're talking about now. I have seen that show. Isn't there a movie coming out
yeah.
for that? Yeah. Because I couldn't remember if the last series, if it ended like on a cliffhanger or if they're like wrapping it up with a movie. But
Well, actually, if you mentioned the big, actually, one thing I have been watching is there's a new show out on Amazon or it might be Paramount. It's called The Westies. It's actually pretty good. It's about the Westies. They're a Irish American street gang in New York in the '70s, and if you're from that area, which my family is,
hold on a second. Gloria Glowbag says it came out in reference to the movie. MK says it was the flop that they mentioned. Okay, I gotcha. It's on Peacock. Okay, I'll have to go check it out. But I had heard there was a Peaky Blinders movie or related movie coming out, and I didn't realize that it came out, flopped, and now it's available on streaming. So I'll have to go check it out. But it's the same actor as Oppenheimer. That's the reference. I gotcha. I forgot what his name is. He was the one that played the Scarecrow in the Dark Knight series trilogy from Christopher Nolan. See, we brought it right back to Christopher Nolan all over again. Wasn't that good?
well, so let me get your opinion on something, Andrew and Avery.
Hold on a second. Glowbag says it's on Netflix. Okay,
Check it out.
Netflix.
So,
Okay.
all right. So supposedly, at DC, if you really says like comic book news, I mean, there's a whole to do about whether or not James Gunn's going to be, he's still going to be running it once if and when the Paramount's bought out. But so they actually have like two DC, storylines going on. One with Matt Reeves and the Batman with Robert Pattinson, and James Gunn's whatever he's doing. And supposedly, Gunn wants to cast his own back. He wants to cast Alan Richardson, the guy playing, Reacher.
Yep.
As Batman, which I can see happening. I mean, he's got the bill for it. But or he wants to like bring Robert Pattinson's Batman into like the upcoming movie he's making. And I'm just thinking, if you think about it, I mean, they're so different. I don't see how that would mean. Can you see that working or not? I mean,
I think Alan Rickman
Yeah.
would be a good absolute Batman.
Richmond, not Rickman. Richmond. I think it's
Whatever. What you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
Reacher. Yeah, I think he would. I would think he would make a really good, absolute Batman if they were making absolute Batman into a movie.
I'm still trying to reconcile the fact that this is the guy who played Thad on Blue Mountain State and is now playing like he's not. Which is like he was basically like a very very funny character, and now he's kind of like a brooding action legend.
He also played Hawk from Titans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, it's interesting because we could have been in a situation where the same studio has two different actors playing the same character, and I don't know if this ever happened before. I mean, I'm sure it has, but that would be weird. But I know. I mean, I've heard that there's. I mean, look. I'll be honest. I want to like James Gunn's interpretation of DC. I really do. I mean, it's a lot more comic booky, for lack of a better term, but I don't know. Maybe you can help me figure this out. It's just the delivery feels off. It feels like it's. I mean, I don't. I get people's criticism of the interpretation of Superman, but Superman and Batman have had many different versions of themselves over like the past 50 years. They weren't some. I remember Batman back in the 60s. Some of those comics he got pretty goofy. I don't know. It just feels like it feels like something's off. Like he's trying to force it. Or he's going for an irreverent tone, and it's just like it feels like he's trying too hard. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens.
I mean, I don't know if it's gonna matter because studio's gonna have a new management in a year, and.
Yeah, well, I'd hate for them to reboot again, but they may end up doing that. So
no, I think honestly, if they try to do that again, they can just kiss it goodbye because people are tired.
No, I don't. They're going to keep trying to make new movies. They're going to try to keep making better movies. So
I mean, honestly, if it were me, I mean, I wouldn't stop doing it, but I would rest it for a few years. Just let people reset, and then come back with something really strong. Because I don't know. I mean, it's that doesn't really matter though because let me put it this way: in my gaming group, like it's most of us are a bunch of like older Gen Xer guys, but there's one guy. There's like one 20-year-old kid this 20-something kid who plays as well. It's weird. His dad is a race car driver. He races in the MX Cup. I didn't even know there was like a Mazda Miata racing series, but there is. They literally race Mazda Miatas. It's actually really interesting.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, and we talk about the stuff that we like, because we're all like 40. Like actually one of the guys actually is like in his 60s or 70s. He's a DM.
The end.
But look, the point is that this kid doesn't get our references, and we don't get his references. So, so you mentioned the DC and all that, and he just kind of like says, "Oh yeah, that's basically stuff my dad likes." So then I mentioned stuff like One Note or One Piece or K-pop Demon Hunters, and his eyes light up. So I don't know, man. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters if they read it or not. If no one on the age of 30 even gives a shit.
Yeah. All right, so let's go back to what we were talking about before. Avery, what do you got going on this week? Anything interesting?
Just doctor's appointments. That's all.
I love looking forward to my shop on the weekends. I have no idea what special thing I'm going to do, but it's always fun to hang out and see comics and read comics and share comics and sell comics and buy comics. And I have such a ball. Anywho, that's it for me. That's all I'm doing this weekend. Anyway, well, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. I got to go make a video for tomorrow for my channel. I've got a Jamaican scammer on the hook, so I'm going to make another video of him. And he's such an idiot. I got to love it. And it's wonderful when they call you up and they're stupid and dumb as rocks. it just makes my job so much fun. But all right, well, hopefully next week we will have Todd back. Not that we can't do this without him, but sometimes he's the life of the party. He and Doc are good.
Well,
We didn't have to listen to NFT or AI talk this evening, so that's kind of good.
Well,
but-
you should listen, Drew, because that's where the future's headed. Like it or not. I mean, I try to pay attention when they talk because they might be useful to me.
Yeah. All right, well, guys, MK, Glow Bags, hope you have a wonderful week, and don't do anything we wouldn't do, and stay out of trouble, and live long and prosper. Whatever else you say. I don't think we have a catchphrase for this show. Stay nerdy. No, I don't think that's it. That's definitely not it. Anyway, all right, everybody.
No, that's not it.
That's not it. It's not it.
No.
What's wrong with spoon?
Not spoon, and not stay nerdy. Actually, stay nerdy. That's one of the guys whose videos I watch who does grading comics, and I forgot what the name of his show is, but he says stay nerdy. So, we'll have to come up with a good one. All right, guys, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll catch y'all next time. Bye, everybody.